other minority parties, including Senator Osita Ngutu. And so while we aspire to get certain things at certain points, if we don't get, let heaven not fall. Because this is heaven falling, not heaven. No. So I was duly nominated, I was duly elected, and I have been doing my work here. And so, Mr. President, I want to at least address this issue of me not doing the work of opposition, and we're not doing the work of opposition. It's not correct. Mr. President, according to section 26, 27, there shall be a minority leader of the Senate who will be nominated from the minority parties in the Senate. 2, the minority leader shall liaise with the Senate majority leader. B, second motions for the parties on major issues. C, second motions on formal and non-partisan business of the Senate. D, perform such other duties as the President may allocate to him. Mr. President, there is no motion here that I have not seconded. And even today, I have consulted and liaised with the Senate majority leader more than 5 times. So on a very serious note, I think we are doing our work here. Let me say that as a minority leader, I will not just stand and criticize policies of government for the sake of it. All we want for this country is stability, growth, progress, and creating the highest happiness for the highest number of Nigerian people. That, to my mind, is not necessarily achieved through confrontation and unnecessary criticism. And so, I want all of us, the federal government of Nigeria is the federal government of Nigeria. It's not an APC federal government. It's not a PDP federal government. And I think, in the spirit of the founding fathers of federalism, we must all work together for the benefit of everybody. And that is exactly what I am going to do. That is what exactly the minority leadership of this Senate is going to do. Thank you, Mr. President.
Having listened to the State of the Nation address by the minority leader, very able minority leader who has been doing his work, it is not the Senate that accused you that you are not doing your work. It could be an individual's view that maybe because you are not like Mike Tyson, you have not boxed anybody yet, they expected you to fight. I'm very delighted with your speech. So because we have exhausted these issues, we will give 2 people, maybe 3, the opportunity to say something. The first person, I would like, Senator Adedo, you've spoken on the issue already. If you know you have spoken on the issue, please, if you have spoken on the issue, please give us time so that we give a chance to those who have not spoken. The problem we have in the Senate, is that the Senate President has had the habit of inviting ranking senators most times to talk for more than 10 times because he was thinking that they would be able to guide the Senate because almost 80% of the senators are new. But where the ranking senators confuse even the new senators who are coming, the Senate President has a right to withdraw those privileges. So, Senator Kawu, you posted on your Facebook page about the budget padding. Just tell us whether the Facebook page address us so that we know whether your listing was hacked or not.
Mr. President, my dear distinguished colleagues, I am Suleiman Abrahaman Kawu Sumaila, representing Kano South Senatorial District, NNPP from Kano. Mr. Speaker, I heard, Mr. President, very sorry, I heard what our colleague, Senator Solomon Adiola present in his motion. Quite all right, Mr. President, I was in that meeting in your house, and we all agree that we will not in any way granted an interview or engage anybody on this issue. You promise to look into it. To the extent you ask Chief Whip of the Senate, who happened to be Deputy Chairman of Appropriation, whether he has knowledge on what is going on in the budget, and he responded to you that negatively, that no. Therefore, I quite agree and affirm that position. And from that time up to today, there was no time I granted an interview with anybody. All what happened, sir, is that after we left your house, I had in the morning the interview of Senator Abdul Ningi. I read it, I listened to it attentively. I realized that he granted the interview before our meeting. Even in that case, it is not what we agree in our last meeting, that we are not going to press. In the afternoon, there was a first at so many platforms, which I posted it to our Northern Senators Forum. Northern Senators Forum. There was no place, and nobody hacked my account, and I stand to be corrected. Nobody hacked my account, and I am not in agreement with what my brother Solomon presented to this Senate. It is total lie. I am not party of it. If for any reason, what I forced to the Senate, our Northern Senators Forum, as a member of that forum, and it is exclusively for our own consumption. My intention is to call the attention of our brothers that see what is going on and see what people are saying. I am very busy during the weekend because of Ramadan, but there was no time I granted an interview. On my way to Kano, Senator Tambuwal called me, directed me, not even as my colleague, but as my big brother, that you must make sure, don't even in any way granted an interview with anybody on this issue. Senator Barrow too, before I enter Kano, he do the same to me. And throughout, from Friday up to yesterday, I am busy in my constituency, attending my routine tafsir. Secondly, sir, with due to respect to our colleagues, we are not in any way intend to undermine either the president, Senate president, or the Senate. We are matured enough. We knew this business. We all agree that we are leaders. And we understand, or we understood, our constitutional responsibility. One of it is oversight. Constitutionally, we must make sure that there is scrutiny on whatever is going in related to federal government expenditure. Mr. President, with due respect to our colleague, how many of us has time to go through this budget? How many of us? I have some items here in the budget, sir. No, I just want to draw our attention. 36 items ranging to 57 billion naira without location. Let me tell you the last one. You will understand what we are complaining, and you will understand our appealing. And Mr. President, sir, you agree with us that most of what happened during the budget, you are, for example, number 36, ERGP 2021-29.
Senator Kawu, please, I withdraw your protection. I will explain something to you. We are trying to remain one Senate. You have not denied the post that you made. Distinguished Senator Olamilekon, do you have the post that you made? Yes. Can you read it out? No, it's important because he's saying he stands by his post. Please, can you number? You are not hearing me. You are not hearing me. I said, wait, Senator Kawu, I want you to, okay, since you don't have it, Senator Olamilekon, you are the mover of the motion. Okay, Senator Joel, Onawapu, can you read what Senator Kawu posted? No, I want him to read it again because you are not interested. Okay, so use your mic and read out what you posted. Okay.
They said I should do something, that's why I got up.
I am not the originator and I am not the maker of this. I am not the maker. I am not the maker.
Distinguished Senator Kawu, on the Northern Senators Forum, you made a post which was supposed to be part of the transcription of Senator Ningi's interview. I'm coming. I want you to, because you also listened to the interview, we have the full version of the interview before. This Senate leader, what is necessary is that we must all be given the opportunity. This is democracy. Nobody must be shot. Nobody's mouth must be shut. This is democracy. Everybody has a right to express himself. And you also have a right to get to the bottom of this. Now, please read what you reposted or posted. Please read, please read what you posted.
I just saw it in circulation and I posted it to our platform, which is exclusively for the Northern Senators Forum. Breaking. For the first time in Nigeria history, today we are operating two different budgets. One budget approved by National Assembly, signed by Mr. President Bola Tinubu, and the one implemented by Presidency. The one approved by us is 25 trillion, while one operating by federal government is 28 trillion. Apparently, we discovered 3 trillion was inserted into the budget without location. This is the highest budget funding happened in Nigerian history under Senator Akpabio watch. We resolve as people representative to see Mr. President on this issue. Which fact and figure to ask him, if he is aware with this embarrassment or not. Then from there we will take action. Let Nigeria be patient with us. This is national issue. It affects all Nigerians irrespective of party, tribe, or religion. Senator Abdul Ningi, Chairman, Senators Northern Senators Forum, BBC Hausa, Saturday 9 March 2024.
Now, please be seated. What you have read there, that the federal government is operating two budgets, 25 trillion or 28 point something trillion, as distinct from what the Senate passed. I just want to ask you a simple question. As a member of the Senate, I don't know whether you are also a member of the Appropriation Committee. Did the Senate pass 25 trillion?
The Senate passed 28 trillion.
Your honesty is appreciated. But what was reposted or posted by you on the Northern Senators Forum is that for the first time in Nigeria's history, we have the highest budget padding, and that the Senate passed 25 trillion while the federal government is operating 28 trillion. You see, in a tense atmosphere like Nigeria, coming from distinguished senators, reposted by distinguished senators, posted by distinguished senators, originated or otherwise, that post even mentions Senator Ningi as chairman of Nigerian Northern Senators Forum. And you, knowing that that post was injurious to the reputation of the National Assembly, you have been a member of the National Assembly in the House of Reps. You've also been a liaison officer. By the grace of God, today you are a senator. Do you think that reposting falsehood to tarnish the image of the National Assembly is the right thing for a distinguished senator to do?
It is not, but Mr. President, it is exclusively for Northern Senators Forum to draw their attention, on what is going on. I can't do it.
Now, distinguished colleagues, distinguished colleagues, Senator Kawu has made mention of the fact that the post was not meant for the public, it was meant for Northern senators, for them to know exclusively what was happening in the country, the operation of two budgets. It still brings us back to the fact that, are we right or are we wrong? Distinguished Senate President, you are a member of Northern Senators Forum. Do you agree with this post that was meant for you and for you alone?
Well, what happened is quite unfortunate. I don't agree with it, but what happened is quite unfortunate because, like you said, Abdul Ningi is one of the most respected senators here. And we had the course, quite okay, as said by speakers, who spoke before me, that he approached us about his observations within the budget. And a meeting was held. For the purpose of emphasis, it was held in your guest house, together with the likes of Senator Lalong, Senator Sani Musa, and the rest. And we all agreed that, look, yes, we are all humans, assuming, but not agreeing that there were mistakes. If you have anything, bring that forward. Bring that forward. When you bring them forward, we will now sit down in a tripartite fashion, because the budget process is an inclusive process, including the Senate, the House of Reps, and the executive. We then call the House side, call the executive side. Let's sit down. These are the observations we've seen. And how do we correct them? If at all there are genuine observations. And I told him, look, we've had this kind of situation before. I told Sani Musa where he was in the 8th Senate. We had similar situation, 9th Senate. Someone brought up certain things that felt, okay, we'll look at that. And then later, we found out there was nothing. And then we said, look, we even have a clause in the Appropriation Act, the corrigendum clause, that can be used to correct human errors, if any. That, okay, let's keep this something until we are able to have these observations made. And because before then he raised 3 issues. That number one, they had wanted to go and go to the press. They wanted to go and see Mr. President. I said, thank you that you didn't do that, because these are things within the realm of observations. Probably if experts see those things, we'll be able to sort out whatever misunderstanding, if any, within what you're able to put forward. So it's quite unfortunate that this came out, in the press. But like you said, he didn't say anything. What he did was to make that post, because I spoke to him, like he said. I called him. I said, I saw what is happening, but don't make any comment. Do not make any. That's after the interview. So don't make. He didn't make any comment, but he posted. After I saw the posting, I called him. I said, please don't say. Our agreement is that we shouldn't say anything. Let's not put the cart before the horse. So, and he agreed. He didn't make any statement thereafter. only the posting that he made. Yes, I agree that the posting was not quite proper. It's not good for a posting to be made, considering the fact that we have all agreed. But he didn't make any statement outside. And even yesterday I called him. I said, look, why is this thing going on? He said, yes. But did you hear me say it outside? That all I did is just what he repeated here, that he only posted in our platform for us to know what is happening. But he didn't make any statement outside. That's it. That Ningi granted an interview. That he wanted to tell us, look at what we discussed, but look at what Ningi has done. So that's why he sent it, because he told me that the meeting was not only for the leadership. Other senators were around. So he couldn't call everyone to say this is what Ningi has done. So that's why he decided to post it on that platform for us to see, because so many of us were there. So that's what, even yesterday I spent about an hour talking to him. He said he will not make any statement. He has agreed, he's a gentleman, he's a senator, he will not do that. So this is the reason that he gave. I just submit.
You attended a meeting in the guest house that I attended. Senator Ningi said that he has made some discoveries through consultants, different from what he partook as a member of the Appropriation Committee, as a senator, and as a member of the Senate during plenary that passed the budget. Now, he promised to make available those observations to the Senate President and to yourself. Has he made those observations available to you?
He has not. And to be fair to Kawu, he called me and said, look, this is what we agreed to, but look at what Ningi did. That's what he told me. So,
okay. I think the Senator Jimo Ibrahim. The Senator Jimo Ibrahim. Jimo Ibrahim. The Senator Jimo Ibrahim.
Please, I have the floor, please. Mr. Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, my distinguished colleagues, my name is Jimo Ibrahim. I represent Ondo South Senatorial District. Mr. Senate President, everything can go wrong, but one thing must not go wrong. Only one thing, the law. And the prophecy of what anybody will do is in the law. And the law in issue is the Appropriation Act of the National Assembly, which has casted doubt in the integrity of Nigeria. The painful thing of all this story and the narrative is the fact that tomorrow the federal government wants to go out there to borrow money to develop Nigeria economy. Just Google it, and you will see you have two budgets. The lender will ask a simple question: where are you? Or the second budget? This has happened to me before. So, Mr. Senate President, we are sitting here today to make regulations to ensure that the integrity of the federal government is not in doubt. I don't want to talk about the integrity of the Senate, in which you are privileged to preside. As Senate President of Nigeria, by March 23rd, remember to you, and you can put me on notice, that Mr. Nigeria Senate President, which of the laws are we here to look at? Now, having said that, my own contribution to these debates is that we should go straight into the prayers. The motion is on the floor. We need to look at the prayers. And if we need to add additional prayer, so be it. And then we'll be able to close this matter. Because if we don't go into the prayers and discuss it, the motion makes no meaning. A motion is before, by law, by instrument of law, by our practice and procedure here. That motion must be concluded by looking to the prayers. What are we I know I appreciate the fact that you want fair hearing. I agree with that. There should be fair hearing. Distinguished Senator Nigi has also spoken extensively. But the key point is that Senator Yayi has brought a motion before us, and there are prayers there. Let's go into that prayers, and let us see which of the prayers we are passing in the plenaries. And this is very important. This is fundamental, because as we sit here, our children are looking at the procedure and the processes that we are making two laws at the same time on the same issue. And that is not acceptable. So to me, Mr. Senate President, I think the right thing to do right now is to go into the prayers. If you are generously comfortable to listen to more debates, fantastic. But we keep repeating ourselves about the pains of lying, about the pains of economizing lies and truth. So we should go into the prayers. I so advise, Mr. Senate President, and my very distinguished colleagues, let's go into the prayers, and so that we can go. It's already 2:24. Are we going to sleep here? Let's go into the prayers and do additional prayers and move on.
Mike, the Chief Whip of the Senate.
Distinguished colleagues, I am Mohamed Ali Ndume, representing Borno South. I have listened. Most of us have spoken. I don't need to remind us that we are senators. I don't need to also remind us that we are here as brothers and member of the highest body, that's the Senate. We are here having in mind also that we can disagree, but to agree. In fact, it is common in legislation to even go to the extreme, throwing chairs because tempers rise. But when it comes to the totality of the image of the Senate, we should be careful. It is not about Ningi now only. If we are talking about Ningi in this room, but it is about all of us outside. This thing has happened. It has happened. And Ningi was wrong. It was wrong. In the first instance, if you all remember, this thing reared its head before. When, after presentation of the budget, there were allegations from the North that it was skewed in favor of the South. And the figure was even posted on our platform, the Northern Senators Forum, by Wadada, and I spoke to him this morning. The total capital in there was 8.9 or thereabout, but the total of the said skewedness total to 15 trillion. And I told them, from the word go, this thing is wrong. So it died down. When we engaged the senators, the consultant, it was agreed by the Northern Senators, quite okay. And after that, Kau and Ningi approached me and told me that there are certain things in the budget that were not right. I said, bring it. They said, no, they are going to talk to Senate President, and I should be there. I said, no. If you are sure that the North has been so changed, put the figures down and let's go public. But that was not there. Wait. When you are speaking, I did not interfere. It's so simple now. My chairman wanted to go out yesterday. My chairman wanted to go out yesterday. He called me. We are doing a press conference. I said, on what? He said, on this budget. I said, did you get the details that they are talking about? You said, no. I begged you not to talk. That we are coming here today, get ready with your papers and put it before our colleagues. He did a wonderful job by even tracing where the so-called 3 trillion has gone. What I'm expecting from us, please, is to move forward. And how do we move forward? I told Ningi in here that he made a mistake, that he should stand up and apologize to us first, then apologize that, look, this even figure that I'm looking for, 3 trillion, is here. I'm sorry for the embarrassment I've caused. That is what I'm suggesting. Please, distinguished colleagues, some of us, or majority of us, are here new, as we said. Okay. Yeah, it's not new because you are 10 months old or more. All I'm saying, look, if I don't forget that I'm the chief whip, I'll carry whip now. Okay. Why are you not smiling now? I know this is a serious matter, but we have gotten to it. Had it been what Ningi said, it's not even traceable. But it's clear here that the 3 trillion, if you add it up, is there, and you put it by 25, it gives us the figure. So let us go and tell everybody that, look, 3 trillion is not missing. And Ningi should apologize. Ningi has agreed to apologize. I approached you, and I said, Ningi will apologize. You said, if he apologizes, chicken, so he's ready to apologize.
Distinguished colleagues, leader, you end the debate because, please, there's no need for us to talk further. Let us just hear from my brother Adams Oshimole, then leader will speak.
Mr. Senate President, and my colleague senators, I have listened attentively. My name is Adams Aliu Oshimole. I represent the great people of Edo North in Edo State. And the only thing that I used to campaign to get to this house is my name, my pedigree, and my integrity. Some may have gotten here because they had resources. I got here because I had made a name. I came here hoping to build on that name, not to diminish it, not to distort it, and not to do anything that would be unexpected of somebody of my background. Number two, sir, I am a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I am not a senator of the North, nor am I a senator of the South. I am a Nigeria senator. These rules we agreed on in the first 2-3 sittings, that we will operate irrespective of accident or birthplace, and even the factor of religion or any of those primordial sentiments. Because that is the only way as senior as a privileged Nigerians who sit on this Senate. I don't know anyone here who started this work on the floor of this Senate. We all have our various backgrounds, which our people must have seen and find us worthy of being elected. I want to plead that we must recognize we have a duty to uphold the finest standard of a legislature and defend the integrity of each and every one of us. As I listen to your prayers every day, Mr. Senate President, we talk about showing love to one another, doing those things that will promote the peace, happiness, and unity of our great country. And yet, I am here wondering whether we have exactly come here to do everything that will promote hatred, everything that will promote division, everything that will remind me of my accident or bad play for which I had no vote, I had no contribution. That was the exclusive decision of the God Almighty. It should neither be used to favor me, nor should it be used to disfavor me. So I ask her that after listening to everything, my plea is this. We've already been stripped naked in the market. And closing the door or opening the windows, we cannot now wrap it as if it has not been seen. The minimum requirement is for my brother, who I respect very much on account of being vocal. I like vocal people. He has energy. I don't have enough energy. But I have seen him make very valuable contributions in the past on the floor of the Senate. And I think he can still remedy that, having agreed that some things went wrong. Because the question you have put, Mr. President, is how much, what was the figure in the bill, in the appropriation bill that was approved? And somebody answered 28 trillion. Therefore, any suggestion that it was 25 is simply a lie. The problem of trying to defend one lie is that you have to speak to more lies in order to protect and defend one lie. I think will be Senator Ningi, who I respect a lot, has a duty even to his own children, that he will not be the man who will be reported in the front pages of newspapers and electronic media all over the world and say something that he found out is not true. There is nothing wrong in making a mistake, but it becomes a problem when you are not able to find the courage to own up to your mistake. Particularly when in terms of balance of interest, you rather clean up what is dirty than to pretend that it is clean. So I want to plead to each and every one of us that let's allow Ningi, having now read everything, and even my comrade, Senator Kau, who posted something, he said it was for northern governors, even northern senators. Even he knows that northern senators deserve to be told the truth. Northern senators did not form association for the spreading of falsehood. It is meant to promote the unity of the North and justice and fairness, which can only be found on the basis of facts and truth. So if all of these errors have taken place and all of us have become suspect in the Nigerian bar of public opinion, the way to go, in my view, is for both of them to recount what they have said and to say that they didn't say so, or if they said so, that they made a mistake of the head, not of the heart, and ask that they be forgiven. Because it is already in the market. You can't pretend it never happened. I associated myself completely with the very, very valuable and articulate presentation of Senator Sani, I believe, of Niger State, and several other very valuable contributions. But let us remember, each time we try to destroy any one of us, we are destroying all of us. Because if one lacks integrity, and we are found to associate with anyone who lacks integrity, they say it is birds of the same feathers that flock together. May that not be our portion. Mr. Senate President, this matter needs to be treated in a manner that will restore the confidence of the Nigerian people in the institution of the National Assembly. Thank you, Mr. President.
Distinguished Senator Karimi.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Oshibajo, who was the special guest of honor.